Have you noticed it? That feeling when you're scrolling and everything just starts to look kind of the same. The comments, the articles, even the art. It's like there's this weird repetitive echo across the internet now, and it just feels a little less human every single day. So let's dive into why that is, because I promise you, what you're feeling is very, very real. Which means we have to ask the big, kind of scary question right up front. Is the internet, the one we grew up with, is it already dead? Has it been quietly replaced by something else? And well, the answer is starting to look a lot like, yeah, it has. Welcome to the era of what people are now calling AI slop. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this endless, gushing fire hose of low-quality, AI-generated content that's designed to look like human creation, but it just doesn't have any soul. It's basically the digital equivalent of junk food, and it is absolutely everywhere. And just to give you a sense of the scale of this problem, as of late 2025, we blew past a critical tipping point. More than 70% of all the content on the open web, the part of the internet we can all get to, is now generated by AI. The bots, well, they officially outnumber us. This whole thing brings us to a concept that used to be a fringe conspiracy theory. It was called the dead internet theory. The whole idea was that the internet was secretly just bots talking to other bots. Well, guess what? It's not a theory anymore. We are living through a version of it right now where AI models are just training themselves on other AI-generated content in this huge synthetic feedback loop. So what's the first major consequence of all this slop? It's the total collapse of digital trust. Everything we once used to figure out what was real online is, well, it's breaking down right before our eyes.
I mean, think about it. That little blue check mark, AI agents can just buy those now. 1 million followers could totally be 1 million bots. And deep fakes, they've gotten so good, so incredibly seamless, that even the experts can't reliably tell the difference anymore. The very tools we built to create trust are now being used as tools for deception.
And yeah, governments are trying to catch up, but it's really not working. We all saw the headlines about the new AI labeling regulations that kicked in back in December 2025. But come on, putting a tiny little label on something doesn't stop the flood. It's kind of like trying to fix a tsunami with a wet floor sign. This entire collapse is forcing a massive shift in how the internet works. We're moving away from the old attention economy, where it was all about clicks and going viral, and into what's being called the authenticity economy. In this new world, the most valuable thing isn't your attention. It's provable, verifiable humanity. So where are people going to find that authenticity? They're running to what we call gated communities. We're talking about private discords, paid newsletters, these small encrypted group chats. Think of them like digital sanctuaries. You might have to pay or get an invite to get in, but in return, you're guaranteed that you're actually talking to another human being. But just retreating into these private spaces, that's just a defensive move. On the other side of things, there's this incredible technological arms race that's just getting started, and it's called the fight for human proof. This is the new wave of tech that's starting to emerge from all this chaos. So you're going to have to get used to hearing terms like World ID, Proof-of-Personhood, and human firewalls. They're all basically systems designed to do one simple thing: create a hard, digital dividing line between human and machine. So what does this actually look like for you? Okay, imagine you're trying to log into a trusted news site or maybe your bank. First, bam, you get blocked by the site's human firewall. Then you get a prompt to prove you're human. Maybe it's a quick eye scan, maybe it's your World ID verification. Only after you've proven you're not a bot are you allowed into the verified, human-only zone. And look, this is not science fiction. This is already happening. We saw this headline in Mindstream just the other week. Major web browsers like Firefox are literally building human-first filters right into their software. They're giving you the power to actively block out the AI slop and focus on real human content. But this whole arms race, it raises an incredibly important and, honestly, a pretty dangerous question. In our rush to get away from all the fakes, what is the price we are willing to pay just to prove that we're real? And right here, this is the trade-off, plain and simple. To stay safe from the bots, to find little pockets of truth online, we're being asked to hand over the literal keys to our biological identity. We're talking our irises, our fingerprints, our unique digital signatures. The cost of authenticity is our privacy. So where is all this headed? It's leading to the end of the internet as we've known it for decades. Welcome to the post-open web. The whole idea of a single universal public square, yeah, that's pretty much over. So in 2026 and beyond, the internet is basically splitting into two different zones. You've got the huge, free, and noisy AI slop zone. This is going to be like 90% of the web. It's chaotic, it's unreliable, and it's mostly fake. And then you'll have the small, exclusive, and expensive verified zone. This is where you'll find real people and good information, but you're going to have to pay to get through the door.
And when you boil it all down, it leads to this one really stark, unavoidable conclusion. In the new digital world we're building, truth is a premium service. So, I'll leave you with this last thought. In a world that is about to be completely flooded with infinite fakes and synthetic everything, what are you, personally, going to do to stay real?